The Monte and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
Change it. What are they going to do? Try to change it? Drop them from the record books? This isn't Chris Benoit. What the hell's going on here?
Well, I will say, though, I did enjoy kind of, so I want to do some show plugs real quick, Jimmy, if you don't mind.
All right.
Next Thursday, we have the Grappler will be on
Wow.
with us. All right.
Wow.
So be prepared for the Grappler.
That's crazy.
And then I also want to announce some good news for the channel. Monte and the Pharaoh will be hosting the new Eddie Mansfield show on the channel.
Here we go.
It'll be Eddie Mansfield. It's his show. He'll be personally announcing it in the next couple of weeks, where we'll be hosting, but it will not be Monte and the Pharaoh. It will be the Eddie Mansfield show.
Okay.
And we will just, ask a few questions, and he's off to the races. But it won't be a Monte and the Pharaoh interview. Thoughts on that, Jimmy? The Grappler and Eddie Mansfield.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to read all the shit that gets said about you and me for associating with Eddie Mansfield.
Dude, what is that all about, dude?
Oh, come on. You know what it's all about. He had the nerve to tell the truth about what goes on behind the scenes. You can't do that, nanny, poo-poo. Come on. What do you mean?
About it, dude. That happened in 1985, and it's like, what the?
Look what it did. What's wrong with you, Monte? Look what it did. All the respect was gone. Oh, you had Razor Ramon picking on a guy with what was it, the Mantar? What is this? There you go. There you go. Now, have you read some of the shit that's been said about us on the Eddie Mansfield clips? It's like, wow.
Jimmy, I've read it all.
I've read it all. Where you are scumbags, bro? What's going on?
We are scumbags. In fact, here, I'm going to play a video. I need you to weigh in on this one too. So
you forgot that part. And proud.
Listen. Again, I keep on hearing these ridiculous statements about Again, I want to reiterate to everybody: we are not a YouTube show. Okay, we're all over every platform on social media. Yeah. Okay. Go to the Monte and the Pharaoh Facebook page, for example. Do you know every month, thank you to all the wonderful fans out there, there's over 2 million views on our page? 2 million. 2 million. Okay.
Good luck with your ghost show, bro.
It's like, like Terry who's calling, right? And we're going to give him his piece at the end of the show, Jimmy.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
No, he's out.
I'm tired. Right. I gotta pick up another cat tomorrow. What?
All right, we won't then. But Terry's on the Angel Gotti show, right? I saw him on the Angel. I guess he's hosting the Angel Gotti show. Right? Okay. And they have a substantial amount of people in the room for they got 50 people watching or 100 people, whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
And she ends up with 1,000 views. So she has a regular audience of 200 people.
Right.
We've got a regular of 1 million people, man.
Right.
Again, remember that guy? Didn't you see that guy yelled at me for all the posts? So I go to AI, and all I say to AI is this: compare Monte and the Pharaoh to whoever. That's it. And give me the reason why who's the bigger show. Do you know who wins every time?
Oh, come on. I'm being set up here, Obviously, Spock hasn't beaten the computer at chess, so.
We have not lost to any show. It's, in fact, a lot of it's like it's not even close. I mean, again, not talking about our friend Lee Cole, but it's like, I'm going to play a video. I just need you to weigh in. I'm sorry.
Well, Lee got it right. And that's why Lee's wrestling channel is successful, and that's why Monte and the Pharaoh eat tampons. They can interview whoever the fuck they want. But they can't come close to Lee. Lee found his niche. Lee found what works for him. And him and Renee are great. Fantastic together. They really are. I enjoy it. As people know, I listen to Jim Cornette. That's my wrestling go-to for everything, him and Brian Last. But my second all-time favorite is Lee. He talks about different stuff. He has on great guests, and he's not afraid to talk about the real shit. And he's not afraid to expose the shit. And I think a lot of people from wrestling culture are afraid to do that. Because maybe they have an inside track to some WWE guys, and everybody's so afraid.
What do you think of that? Again, we're in everybody's mouths all the time, right?
Who? First of all, who the fuck was that anyway?
Some dude that runs some kind of mob channel, and again, remember something.
All right.
We're always in everybody's mouths. We're in all the dirt sheets, right? Again, I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but these are the facts. And it's like, if anyone's gonna ever make me think that 100,000 people are subscribing to a Lee Cole page, it's just not happening. It's not good enough, and that's all I'm saying. So he could have all his friends out there that Monte The Pharaoh could eat tampons. No, asshole, you listen to us all the time. Shut up. I'm on too much of a rant, Jimmy, or what?
No, I'm also kind of stuck on okay, let me get this straight. You're a pro wrestling fan, right? I'm assuming he's got to be been around for a little while. He doesn't.
Well, Jim Cornette, you heard what he said. Jim Cornette's his.
How do you go? No, wait. Well, wait. How do you go from now? I would understand why anybody would say Jim Cornette, whether would like him or hate him, irrelevant. Jim Cornette is Jim Cornette. Great listen. How do you go from, if you're a wrestling fan, Jim Cornette and then Lee Cole? Huh? What about all those other great shows that you watch all the time and that even I will look at? You mean to tell me that's your next go-to? I'm very confused by that, and I really, he's just shit in the bowl, man. Who cares? Flush it next.
Again, it's like I don't care either. I don't care either, but it makes
me whatever the fuck he wants.
It just, but you know what? But speak about us. We're going to hear about it because our plethora of fans will inform us that this went on. We'll cut your tape and we'll let you shine. Talk shit. We love it. We love it. Keep talking shit. But the fact of the matter is, Monte and the Pharaoh are industry-changing show, television show, not a YouTube show. Right. We are the Howard Sterns of pro wrestling.
Right.
Understand, this is what we are. We love our people, our family that follow us and help us and make us strong. We give you the best wrestlers that ever come in. We don't ask silly questions. But I refuse to allow people to just talk nonsense, okay? All right, like, dude, and we'll get some more shit. What about this guy?
Oh, that's email.
Yeah, the Triple H wannabe. I mean, what is the deal with this dude?
Yeah, I want to bite my weenie. He's like a really bad Dracula.
Or Triple H wannabe, right?
Oh my God! It's all about the lame and how you crawl it.
Like, look at this. It's like, hey, I'm going to do my podcast, and I'll make sure I wear a vest that I can show my shoulders because I'm used to want to be a wrestler, and I think I'm a bodybuilder, and I've got a ponytail.
You think he spreads his arms and spits Kool-Aid?
Dude.
What do you think? Because he's definitely drinking it. That's for sure.
Well, you know what? That's the answer. These fucking guys are drinking their fucking own Kool-Aid. Now, you could have heard me talking what I was saying. I'm not drinking the Monte and Pharaoh Kool-Aid. But what I will tell you is I'm going to refuse to allow people to talk shit about us when in fact you know that we are the fucking industry leaders.
Yeah.
And you know what? AI is a computer. I'm not making it say anything. It makes it on its own. You guys could try it. Just compare Monte and the Pharaoh too. Again, I did it to Bust It Open Radio. We lost substantially. Okay. But you know what? I could lose to Bust It Open Radio and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually okay with it myself. And sleep tight knowing this, to any of our haters, I don't think about you folks really at all week. The only time that I even have to address to you your opinions or whatever you don't like about us or whatever your issue is when Mike brings it to me. So
This is true. I always have to bring you the issues. I have to bring the
I
issues.
give you credit for digesting the vomit that you have to digest to share with me at some point. It's almost like what's that weird bird that like has to feed its young with the vomit? It's like Pharaoh. By the way, have you heard? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, not again. Who cares? Fuck them. I don't give a shit because the second this light goes off and this show goes off, I'm right back to being who I am in real life. This is a blast, but I don't let these people fucking. I'm in bewilderment that people sit at home and obsess with us. I've talked to you about that. I'm like, oh my god, that one guy we recently discussed. This guy's 76 times on 76 different videos. He's taken time out of his so-called day. I'm like, wow. I find that fascinating, but also repulsive at the same time. Like, where's your self-worth? Don't you have something better to do?
Again,
Like,
you
live
know
your
what?
life?
Again, I find
I
value
don't
in
know.
everything that goes on. And to be fair to everybody
I-
listening, Jimmy doesn't even like when we hit the dirt sheets, which happens often. I always gotta say, hey, Jimmy, we hit the dirt sheets. He has no clue. He's like, oh, really? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so it's not just the bad,
Sorry.
but I
Yeah.
do listen. I do find value in people's bad comments, but I also want to say I have intelligence, and if you're gonna try to make me think that you have 900 members and 90,000 subscribers, or last month you got 24,000 subscribers, thank you
Whatever.
to all the fans. Bullshit. Okay, that's all I'm going to say to you. If you have, I will tell people out there, if you are lucky enough to have 900 members, okay, at $1.99 a piece, split that with YouTube. So you're just say you're making $1. That's $900 a month just in memberships. And then
Right.
if you had 900 members, that means with views, you're probably pulling in $3 grand, $4 grand. Well, if you had 3 or 4 grand, bro, you'd have teeth in your mouth. I got to be honest with you. Or, not to be really rough about it, you probably wouldn't have tried to commit suicide a year and a half ago. Okay? Because to me, life is golden. You're living life. Why would you want to kill yourself? It's great. So I just call bullshit on people, dude. That's all. And it really doesn't bother me. It doesn't engulf me. I just laugh about it. And then I use my data and my mind. Jimmy, I needed to know your thoughts on the passing of an incredible, and I'm going to give you the screen, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson. I thought you were going to throw up a slab. What a terrible way to say it, but of Sly Stone also.
Well, you will. That's the next
Yeah.
one. But if I could find the fucking pictures. If someone has 90,000 subscribers on YouTube, but just throw that out there, and they have a TikTok page, what would you think the ratio would be following that person on TikTok?
I can't say because I don't have much of a pulse on TikTok.
No, but I get it. But my point is just common sense. You're a fucking, son of a major accountant.
Would you hope that 1 out of 2 would go there? I mean, what would it?
1 out of 2 might even be high, right?
Okay.
To be fair, maybe 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. All right. So if it's 1 out of 5,
so say just for this conversation, you have 100,000 subscribers. How many are you going to get over at TikTok? You got 20,000 coming over.
You got 20,000 coming over.
And that is not out of the realm, right?
No, that would.
But if you have 80,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm the person I'm talking to, and he has 28 TikTok followers,
what?
Does that make sense?
No. No, that doesn't make sense. And we encountered some of that shit back in the early days. Remember that?
Well,
I remember.
I mean, these are all key indicators, dude. It's like stop with your nonsense.
Right.
Listen, let me ask you something. A guy like Don Tony, who is an OG in podcasting, him and Kevin Castle, and on his YouTube channel, he's got 35,000 subscribers, right? Well deserved, very entertaining.
Right.
And you're going to tell me a fucking guy like Lee Cole is going to get 90,000?
No. Is that what you're being told? Because I won't even go and lower myself.
No, what you could see the subscriber count. It's almost a joke. I mean, James Terry was trying to call. He's now hosting the Angel Gotti show, right?
Okay.
Who would listen to that mess? Not knocking on Terry, right? Terry's actually entertaining, but that whole Angel Gotti thing, It's fucking awful, dude. It's the worst shit I've ever heard. It's so bad. Who would listen to it? Just because she's a Gotti?
Is it mob talk? I mean, what is it?
They're not even talking about the mob. That's the
Okay.
joke about it. They're talking about, they bring on these people like, I don't even know where they're coming from. I mean, this is, you know, talk about Val Venus talking about the state of the country. I mean, these are the people that are out there. I'm like, who's watching this?
Well, apparently somebody who sees the last name Gotti, and I understand why if you see the last name Gotti.
But at some point, there's got to be some sort of entertainment. Like, for example, if you can't stand me and Jimmy, you're still going to watch us if we have Tony Atlas on because you're a Tony Atlas fan if you're a wrestling fan, right? I mean, let's be realistic here. Just like that idiot said, he's like, I don't care who you interview. Whatever, dude. You know, the fact of the matter is that, you know, you could say whatever you want. It's like Lee Cole, your go-to, couldn't interview a paper bag.
Well,
you know
that's why I want him to keep thinking the way he's thinking, because that will keep him in irrelevancy long term. Let's talk about content, okay? I'm glad you want us to just go and talk to anybody, because you see, that's what we've been doing for 8 years. And the best part is when a new person finds us, an interview from 8 years ago still holds historical relevancy. Your weekly dirt rag grab by your cult hero over there doesn't give you long-term endurance, bitch. And that's what we have. And that's what we've been doing.
And you're going to tell me,
and we'll keep on doing
that
it,
if you need to get your AEW news, you're going to go to Lee Cole instead of Don Tony. It's not even realistic. That's my point. It's like you're selling something that you can't even fake. And I know I'm picking on Lee. It's not just about Lee. There's a lot of other guys there. Right? It's like no one is going to you for wrestling news. If they are, they're going to Jim Cornette, right?
Right.
They're going to Undertaker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think we don't do wrestling news? It's not our thing. We talk about it, but we don't do it. We don't go, oh, you know, we don't do Raw recaps. We just talk about it, but we talk about the other shit that's involved.
Right. And we've been doing it for years, and we'll continue to do it. It's what's worked for us. And it's blue collar. Like when you said Don Tony, the thing I think right away is blue collar, man. The hard way, the right way. And these people that we point out, what's their point of origin as far as how are they centered? They don't have morals to begin with. Wow, what a surprise that they're trying to do the grand illusion. I don't give a fuck. I do what we do together. I love what we do together. The light goes, I live my life. Who gives a fuck? Fuck yous.
Exactly.